So today we are exploring the best foods in Kenya that you absolutely have to try, Of course, from street snacks to family feast, Kenyan cuisine is full of surprises. Of course, it is very colorful, very tasty, and of course, full of stories. So let's explore together. And of course, we're going to start with the king of Kenyan food, Of course, the ugali, the king of the table. Of course, ugali is a soft white dough made from corn flour and water. Think of it like a mashed potatoes, but thicker. Kenyans eat it with almost everything. They eat it with meat, fish, or veggies. So ugali is simple, filling, and totally comforting. Then next up we have got nyama choma, of course, the party food. So nyama choma means roasted meat. Imagine a big barbecue where goats or beef is grilled slowly until smoky and juicy. Friends gather around, share stories, and eat it with their hands. It is not just food; it is a celebration. Then there is sukuma wiki, which literally means stretch the week or push the week. Sukuma wiki is made from collard greens cooked with onions and tomatoes. Of course, it is very healthy, very cheap, and of course, helps family get through tough times. So, sukuma wiki is eaten almost every day in Kenya, and of course, it is like Kenya's version of spinach, but with a story. Now, let's talk about chapati, of course, the fluffy flatbread, or should I say, the flatbread superstar. Of course, chapati is a soft, round flatbread that came from Indian influence. It is golden, flaky, and of course, perfect for scooping up stew. So every Kenyan family has their secret chapati recipe. Some make it thick and chewy, others make it thin and crispy. And if you are feeling adventurous, of course, try mutura. Mutura is Kenya's famous street sausage. It is made from spiced meat stuffed into a casing and, of course, grilled. Locals call it African sausage, and of course, it is a must try for food explorers. Then for breakfast, there's mandazi, of course, the sweet treat. Mandazi is sweet, fluffy donuts that taste like little clouds of happiness. Of course, pay them with chai, of course, Kenyan tea, and you have got a perfect money combo. Mandazi is the snack that makes money magical. And don't forget gideri, of course, a hearty mix of corn and beans cooked together. Gideri is simple, nutritious, and of course, full of stories. Many Kenyans grew up eating it in school lunches. It is comfort food at its finest. Then we have got coastal flavors. Of course, Kenyan pilau. On Kenyan coast, food gets extra exciting. Of course, Kenyan pilau is spiced rice with meat, full of cinnamon and cloves. Coconut milk is used in curries, of course, making them creamy and, tropical. So it is like a beach vacation on your plate. Of course, it is often served at wedding, holiday, and, big celebrations. This mess alone can make your stomach grow. And finally, for dessert lovers, we have got mangoes and pineapples from Kenya and next level sweet. The tropical sun makes them juicy and golden. Of course, that is nature's candy. So, Kenyan food is not just about taste, it is about community, culture, and joy. And of course, every dish tells a story of family, friendship, and of course, flavor. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this made you hungry, you know what to do. Hit that like button and let me know in the comment down below which Kenyan dish you do love to try first. And don't forget to like and follow us for more tasty adventure around the world. So, see you in the next video. Bye bye.